So the U.S. is going to start making visitors to the country, tourists, hand over 5 years of their social media posts. What do you think they're looking for when they're looking for 5 years of social media posts? Because my guess is anybody who's protested Israel is going to be the first ones flagged and targeted with their social media posts. Now, this is for countries that people can come to the United States. They don't need a visa. They're tourists. We've got a reciprocal deal with about 43 different countries like Australia, Belgium, Greece, Germany, France, Japan, Italy, Norway, Poland, Singapore, South Korea, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Taiwan, the United Kingdom. We have this reciprocal visa waiver program with these various different countries where we can visit their countries without receiving a visa. They can visit our country without receiving a visa. But now the Trump administration has unveiled that they're going to be asking for 5 years of social media posts. This is what's on their the Federal Register now, saying mandatory social media in order to comply with the January 2025 Executive Order 14161, protecting the United States from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats. CBP is adding social media as a mandatory data element for an ESTA application. The data element will require ESTA applicants to provide their social media from the last 5 years. It also goes on to say, not only are they going to want 5 years of your social media posts if you're wanting to travel into the United States, but they're going to want telephone numbers that you've used in the last 5 years, email addresses that you've used in the last 10 years. They want IP addresses and metadata from electronically submitted photos, family members' names like your parents, spouse, siblings, children, family member telephone numbers used in the last 5 years, family member dates of birth, family member places of birth, family member residencies, biometrics like face, fingerprint, DNA, and iris, business telephone numbers used in the last 5 years, business email addresses used in the last 10 years. Welcome to the free country of America. And, you know, the problem with this is, now you could say, oh, well, that's fine. They can do this to the foreigners. Well, these countries will reciprocate and do that to us. That means when you want to travel to the UK or you want to go to France on your vacation, they're going to be collecting your biometric data, your face, fingerprints, DNA, iris, your 5 years of social media posts, your family members' information, detailed information over the last 5 and 10 years. They're going to be asking for all of that from you. And then guess what? Then the globalists at the World Economic Forum, they just won. Instead, the way they did it, the way they won the game of ensuring that we're all Big Brother surveilled, is they just said, oh, the way to sell this is instead of doing it to your own population, do it to another population. And then they can do it to your population. So everybody's doing it to each other's population. And now you've all got your data collected. Now all of you are being surveilled like Big Brother in the way that the you will own nothing and you will be happy globalists want. They don't care about country borders. They're not sitting there thinking, oh, okay, well, France will just collect all of this biometric data on the Americans. The Americans will collect all of this biometric data on the French. They're not thinking, oh, so that's okay because it's foreign nationals for each country and they're just going to hold each other's foreigners' biometric data and it's not going to be used for any nefarious, big, globalist government agenda. Oh, no. I mean, how naive could we be? So if we allow the Trump administration to surveil others, they will be surveilling us. And that is the same as, you know, this new rule that they have, 5 years of social media. Where did we first hear this? Oh, I know where we first heard this. We first heard this from Trump when he was saying that he was going to be doing this exact thing to people who were applying for student visas and work visas. So the people that needed visas that wanted to live here, he was saying, yeah, we're going to collect all of their social media. And if we don't like what we see, we're booting them out of the joint. And people thought, well, that's fair. We don't need these foreigners living here. Okay, but what about the tourism? Because tourism is way down in the United States. We're one of the only countries in the world where tourism is down. We are losing billions of dollars in tourism because people are afraid of coming to the country. And now we're going to add on to it that it's not just for people who want to live in the United States and make a home in the United States. It's just for people who want to freaking go to Disneyland and the Golden Gate Bridge. Those are the people who are now going to be looking at their social media and saying, you're not welcome in our country unless you are a friend to Israel.
If you hate America, if you want to abolish Israel, if you sympathize with jihadists, then we don't want you in our country, and we are not going to let you come into our country. To all the resident aliens who joined in the pro-jihadist protests and became very violent and started destroying our capital and many other places, we put you on notice. Come 2025, we will find you and we will deport you. I will also quickly cancel the student visas of all Hamas sympathizers on college campuses, which have been infested with radicalism like never before. College campuses. When I'm president, we will not allow our colleges to be taken over by violent radicals. And if you come here from another country and try to bring jihadism or anti-Americanism or anti-Semitism to our campuses, we will immediately deport you. You'll be out of that school.
The holidays are hectic. Family drama, last-minute shopping, and late nights can make the holidays feel like an endurance test. That's why I'm sharing the ultimate holiday survival plan, CBD from CB Distillery. Seriously, everything you need for a merry holiday is here. Stuff mom's stocking with CBD for better sleep. Gift your fitness friends a pain relief stick for post-workout pain. And don't forget to grab a little holiday calm for yourself. Every CB Distillery product is made with premium quality, clean ingredients, no fillers or anything artificial. And with over 2 million customers and a 100% money-back guarantee, it's the gift you can feel good about giving. I personally love their relaxation and sleep products, but I've also used their products for my elderly dog. So this year, give yourself and everyone on your list, including your furry family members, the gift of better sleep, less stress, less pain with CBD from CB Distillery. And with promo code RUMBLE, you can save 25% on your entire purchase. Visit cbdistillery.com, enter code RUMBLE for 25% off. That's cbdistillery.com, code RUMBLE, cbdistillery.com. Specific product availability depends on individual state regulations. Okay, so maybe you cheered thinking that was fair enough when it was students or people collecting visas to come live in the United States, people that were trying to then eventually maybe get a green card, maybe become citizens, fine. But now it's going after tourists. Now he's going after tourists. And guess what? Then it will be us, because that's how it always works. I know the slippery slope argument is supposed to be a logical fallacy, but it's actually not when it comes to our government, because they always end up exactly where we feared that they would end up with a slippery slope, which is it starts over there with that guy and you cheered it on, and then it went over to this guy and you still cheered it on, and then it was for you, right? And that is what it looks like is happening, is now they're going after the tourists. But this isn't, this is what the Trump administration has been doing from day one. This is an executive order that Donald Trump signed day one of his presidency, protecting the United States from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats, signed January 20th, 2025. Let me just go ahead and do a quick search here for anti-Semitism. Right? It's talking about we need to be protecting, I can't do it. I can't spell right now. Saying that we've got to be protecting people from, to protect Americans, the United States must be vigilant during the visa issuance process to ensure that those aliens approved for admission into the United States do not intend to harm Americans or our national interests. And when they say national interests, they mean Israel. 10 days later, he signs this fact sheet, puts out this fact sheet. This is January 30th, saying President Donald J. Trump takes forceful and unprecedented steps to combat anti-Semitism. So the first one was an actual executive order. Now this is a fact sheet of all the things Donald Trump has done to combat anti-Semitism his first 10 days in office, saying, expanding on his executive order, President Trump's new order takes forceful and unprecedented steps to marshal all federal resources to combat the explosion of anti-Semitism on our campuses and in our streets since October 7th, 2023. Every federal executive department and agency leader will review and report to the White House within 60 days on all criminal and civil authorities the actions available for fighting anti-Semitism. Immediate action will be taken by the Department of Justice to protect law and order, quell pro-Hamas vandalism and intimidation, and investigate and punish anti-Jewish racism in leftist, anti-American colleges and universities. What they just mean is you can't protest Israel. And that has been an aim of this administration for a while. Here is a Reuters story. This was from April. Trump administration orders Gaza-linked social media vetting for visa applicants. Okay, so like I said, it started with the visa applicants. Now it has moved on to the non-visa applicants, people that are just tourists wanting to come as tourists to the United States. So what we're trying to say to them is, how dare you criticize Israel, criticize the war in Gaza? How dare you wave a Palestinian flag? If you do, you're not welcome into the United States. Now, they're not explicitly saying that in the new rules that they've put out, but we could see from history and from what Trump has been what he's been doing with other visa holders and other people coming to our country is just that, going after those who are protesting against Israel. So now we're just saying now even tourists who want to just come and vacation in the United States can't have a social media feed that is anti-Israel. Otherwise, they won't be welcome into our country. I mean, it's just, what in the hell is going on? You know, this is not what anybody voted for. This big brother surveillance state that, again, is going to be just used against us. And rather than him actually dismantling the globalist agenda, he's just ushering it in at rapid warp speed, which he seems to love, is Operation Warp Speed. And now he's Operation Warp Speeding in the globalist agenda. We will all be surveilled, and the United States is helping lead the charge on that. No longer combating it, helping lead the charge. It's outrageous. It's insane. And it will be done again. It will be next. The American citizens who are here they will somehow figure out a way to look at all of our social media and say, even if you're a citizen of this country, you're not going to belong here anymore. We're going to rip your citizenship away, especially if you became a citizen. If you come from a different country and then you became a citizen, we're going to rip it away if we don't like your social media posts. You might think that sounds insane, but this is obviously the direction that we are unfortunately headed in. He is Warp Speed, Operation Warp Speed, the globalist agenda, the globalist Zionist agenda. Welcome to the Trump administration. Unreal. Thank you for watching this clip from the full Kim Iversen Show, which you can watch Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific at KimIversonShow.com. See you there.